Goldcrest Valley greetings to episode 39 with a train-to-train crop transfer with me, Mr. Sealy P. So if you didn't catch my guide to the Guardian front boom sprayer, I am on field 11. It does need doing for some bizarre reason. This first bit of the field grew, the rest didn't at all. When the second bit of the field went into its first bit of growth, this bit went into its second. It was all done at the same time, so I'm really quite confused by that. Nevertheless, we are back in the boom sprayer, the New Holland SP400F. And still loving it. Brilliant bit of kit. And the actual consumption of fertiliser is relatively low considering the size of this field. If this had been FS15 with the Amazon Pantera, this would have drunk that tank dry a couple of times easily doing this field. This one is far more, I assume, realistic. Yeah, all good. And that, as they say, is that. Fold that away. And that's field 11 sprayed. I'm going to check the map actually, to make sure the soil composition has altered. That is on its dark. See, this is what I don't get. The whole field's now at its darkest, apart from this section that I did myself here, the bit I've added, it doesn't seem to be registering. Doesn't like it at all. Yeah, very strange. With field 11 now fertilised, field 12 has been cultivated and done. Field 9 over here looks a little bit different. I have widened the field, ploughed a new strip and cultivated to make it wider. On that side it is done. On this side I am working on it. It's not pretty, I'll be honest, but it will give me more field. It hasn't doubled the size, but probably added another third to it, I would imagine. So that's what I'm going to finish off doing now, is getting this field done. Now I need to make sure allow create fields, not too far over. There we go. Trying to keep this straight is almost impossible. But I will give it a go. I know I'm quite a way over the path actually, but shouldn't be too much of a problem. I just don't want to do it too crooked, that's the problem. I said before, it's picking something in the distance. However, I've just realised I'm going to be right next to the bank for the little reservoir end of the river here. Oops. Never mind. See how we get on here, whether it ploughs it or not. It's going to look a bit peculiar, but we will see. I think I've come way too far over. Will it do it? It will. That's peculiar. As long as I don't lose any machinery down there, we'll be fine. And that's odd. Okay, Now I'm pretty sure I am far wider at this end. Oh no. Than I was at the other end, which was inevitable, wasn't it? Let's be honest. That's not going to be fun to do, is it? Oh man. Never mind. I'm sure I'll make this work. Not sure how at the moment. Well, I couldn't have been more truthful. It's not pretty. It's fine all the way down until I get to about level with the Goldcrest Pacific grain building. Then it looks like it kind of goes out a little bit towards the reservoir. But never mind. The field is bigger. That's the point. Turn it off. Jump out. Jump in, detach. Gonna go and grab the cultivator, cultivate the last bit, and then this will be good for seeding. I am putting corn back in this one, but obviously there'll be more corn in it this time. So what I will do is line this up with the edge that I've started here, and then hopefully when I get to the other end it will be quite obvious where I've gone wrong. And then maybe, I'm sure there's a roller or something you can use for kind of resetting fields that you've cocked up, to not to put too blunt a term to it. So let's see how we get on. Whether it will even do what I've done already. Actually, I could probably do it coming over a little bit, couldn't I? Because I'm missing some of what I've done already anyway. Let's go. Oh, I'm not making this easy, am I? That's better. Okay. And it is cultivating, that's good, and it is following the new boundaries, so the worker is working on it, which is also good. But it's when you get to this end, you'll notice when I get level pretty much with the building, I think it is. I think I went out to the right. I kind of arc out a little bit, because at the moment it's all staying pretty straight. It comes in a little bit here, yeah, and then it goes out horrendously. I'm not sure it's even going to cultivate the horrible bit down here where it goes into a dip. We shall see. And there we go. Here we start to go out, if you notice. It's not as bad as I thought. Oh, I don't know. Maybe it is. There we go, all this out here. Ugh. It's ghastly, look at the state of it. But it has cultivated the bit I needed it to. If I swing round, I'll just do this last little bit here. I just need to tidy up that edge somehow. I will get to that. But that's the new field anyway. With the light fading. So while the seeder is busy chugging away in the background, I have hired this, leased the roller. Now, I'm not 100% certain. It's in miscellaneous, and it's the Lizard R5000. It says with this machine you can restore the initial ground state, delete fields. So this is for idiots like myself who have made an absolute hash of the ploughing, and I've gone completely off. So I've ploughed my new field and I've now cultivated it in a straight line, and this is all stuff I didn't mean to do. So as far as I gather, and I could be completely wrong here, all I do is lower the roller, and as I drive forward it should, like grassing the old one used to be, it should return the ground to its original state. Oh, you beauty. Considering the mess I made of this. Going up here in a straight line is proving a little bit tricky too, but certainly better than it was. I can come back across it again in a second anyway. Just to tidy up the mess I made. So I should now have a relatively straight line. Just come across a little bit more. And lift the roller. Spin it around. Just make sure I get all the bits I needed to get. There we go, that's better. There we go. A nice straight tidy edge to the absolute mess I made previously. Without going too far over. There we go. So this is how the roller works for correcting your ploughing errors, shall we call them. And that I can pretend never happened. But that works really well actually. And to be fair, I mean, not that I'm going to plough out that many fields, but that really has tidied that up superbly. And it means the seeder can just carry on now and hopefully have a nice straight line to follow. There are a couple of little hiccups here and there where it's not perfect, but who is? I'm sure someone out there will message back and say, I am. If you are, I'm very happy for you. But that's it, roller. Quite straightforward actually. Did exactly what it needed to do. I don't need it. Oh, should I do this bit? Yeah, just tie this up. There we go. And that is finished with. I will send that back straight away. Quite a useful bit of kit, that roller. I have decided that with the success of ploughing and making field number 9 bigger, that as the evening fades, I'm going to do a bit of early evening. I suppose it is early evening, not late evening yet. Bit of late evening harvesting. Should all be soybean. So here we go. Once it starts to look like it's getting full, put the cruise control on actually. I will go and get a trailer and bring it over. I have got that massive pile of wood chips over at Stanton Sawmill that I've added to. I've taken the conveyor belts over, so that's ready to sell, but the price is just sat at £213 for 1,000 litres, which is rubbish. It's been a lot higher than that before. It's not showing up or down, it's just sitting there at that. So I'm going to wait for it to go up a little bit. But all my fields of soybeans are ready to be harvested, so I thought, you know what? Why not? Might as well get them done. Because I've got more fields with soybean in this time, I should get a much, not a higher yield, because the yield of each field will be what it is, but I'll have more anyway. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? More fields, more produce. If I do it myself, I'm not being charged for a worker all the time. But then when I get to a point where I'm almost fuel full, I will hire a worker. Got sunflowers growing in the field over to the right, in field 15. I've just planted corn in field 12 over to the left, corn in field 9, canola in fields 17 and 21, and soybean has gone into field 11, which is the one directly opposite us, over just the other side between the transport hub and the sheep farm. So yeah, a fair bit of soybean growing at the moment, but there's big money in soybean. I'm just hoping if I can harvest it all and maybe dump it all in one hit, the price shouldn't fluctuate in that one selling session. Looking at the map, what has also become obvious is that I think I'm at that limit now where all of these fields are all going to need ploughing. So I'm going to wait obviously for the harvester to finish, but I thought I'd go and grab the Fent with the plough. So he's ready to start ploughing as soon as we're done. And I will, actually I'll turn the engine off. Jump out of there, and I'm going to go and get the T7 and put the trailer on the back so I can start to unload. Okay, he's on that last, is it last strip? Pretty much last strip, I think. No, there's a bit left. There always is. I'll take it up and unload on the way back down, I think. Providing it's not full. It shouldn't get full. Fingers crossed. Haha. It'll be just my luck. This is going to fill up, isn't it? Before he gets to turn round. Typical. I might get lucky. Let's see. As long as he doesn't hit that tree on the way around. Oh, that was close. We should get to the end, no problem at all. And when I've unloaded, he can then go over to field 19, and then field 24, and then field 7, which have all got soybean in. I should just be able to get to the end here. That's not bad at all. Fantastic. Right, let's get this going. No, wrong way. That's fine. Starting the engine would be a better idea, wouldn't it? Lower the plough. And off we go. Right, So I'll work on that. I'm sure he will do an excellent job. It's a he, isn't it? Yes. So he will do an excellent job. And I will go and move the harvester to field 19. Okay. Actually, took myself on a set of work on it. How did I miss that? I've moved the T7. The T7 is now sitting opposite field 24 because this won't take a full tank. So this will then do this and go down to field 24, and ploughing is happening on field 14. Moving forward. Soybean at the moment is selling for a fair bit, about 1,600 for 1,000 litres, which is a really good price. Problem is, because it's getting late, I may have to harvest these and sell it into the night, because if I fast forward time, I'm worried that price will drop over the night. We will see. Keep saying that as well, we will see. Field 19 is complete and we are now halfway through field 24, about halfway through. Thought I'd unload because it's not far off, I don't think. There you go, beacon's on, being full, so there we go. I'll now get out of his way and let him carry on. Pretty sure the last time I sold soybean, it was these 3 fields, and I had about 20. Was it 23,000? I got about 39,000 for it when I sold it. I'm gonna have more than 23,000 this time. Don't know how that's worked out. Don't know why the yields will be more. I'm not knocking it. I'm glad the yields are more, but he should be fine now to finish without me having to unload again until he's actually finished, and then it'll be a case of taking him. Let's have a quick look. All the way up to field 7, which I believe, if I'm not very much mistaken, is ready to harvest, and it should have soybean as well. Yes, we have. So there should be a fair bit of soybean. Anyway, I'm probably going to unload this at the central transport hub, ready to put on the train, because I think it's Maplefield Mill that are paying the most. Let's have a look. Scroll back. Maplefield Mill is paying 1,658. So that's where this will be going to, although Goldcrest Pacific grain is going up. Don't know if it will get to that point, but we shall see. Right, up at field 7, harvest is now going there, so that's field, excuse me, 14, 19 and 24 done. Field 7 is now in the process of being harvested. All soybean. Don't know what the yield's going to be like off this one, probably about the same as field 14 I would think. About 11, maybe 12,000, I don't know. We will see how this one works. I'm going to go and move the T7 because that's got a load in. And I'm going to unload that at the central transport hub, ready to be put onto a train. And this feels heavy. I know it sounds weird, but it's struggling. 25,961 litres. Right. Okay, that's that unloaded. Now take this over to field 7, ready to start unloading over there. Watching out for the traffic, of course. Okay, up at field 7, and he's almost full. It's going to be, I think, just over 12,000 litres, I think. I have... okay. Right. Have lined up properly. The light is fading and fading fast. It is 10 to 9. But luckily the lights on these vehicles makes this a lot better. And we can actually see what's going on, which is great. And that is all my soybean harvested. Just under 12,000. It is actually just over 12,000. It's actually works out about 13,000. I'll explain why in a moment. So what I'm going to do, this is the first time I've done this. I'm going to unload into this grain depot, which I've never done before. I've done it at the central transport hub, but never at this one before. Not a full load anyway. And unload. There we go. That went relatively quickly. Head through the rafters. And I'm just going to stop here. And there's a reason. I have got the train here. So I'm going to jump into the train. Cool. Right, start that up. There aren't lights on this, are there? No. That's pretty cool. Right, come all the way back here to the grain carriage. So, start filling. Soybean, 11,756. Start. And now, we are going to go round to the central transport hub. Taking the scenery, field 19 will be coming up on the right as we go down the hill, and we should see the T7, not the T7, the Fendt ploughing. There we go. Doing a wonderful job. Just little touches like that. It's absolutely brilliant. Oh, just after here, I believe. Start slowing down, so I stop in the right amount of time. This is the one I want. Now, I'm not filling, I'm unloading. So I'm going to unload all of that. Brilliant. Jump out. And I'm going to swap trains. Okay. So, turn this one on. And come right back on here. Now, what should happen, if this has worked properly, is the soybean that I dropped off here in the first load off of fields 14, 19 and 24 should be in storage. The soybean I just took off field 7, which I brought round on the other train, should now also be in storage. And I'll be honest, I did check this to make sure this worked with just over 1,000 litres. So if I click on start filling now, soybean 39,000 litres is what I got combined off of those fields. So now what I'm going to do is fill up. Which is taking a while. I'm also going to check very quickly. Please tell me it hasn't changed. Where are we? Soybean is still saying 1,600. It is dropping. No. 1,600. Right. I'm getting there quick. Before that price plummets anymore. So let's get round to the Maplefield Mill. Now I apologise that the light is fading. It is getting... I mean, it does look amazing though, doesn't it? Look at that. Off the water. Wow. Anyway. Let's get this round to Maplefield Mill. And get it sold. Let's start slowing down because it's just after here. And then, once I'm here, stop. Once I get to the right place, the unload will come up, and I should make a tidy bit of money. Let's just stop. So, unload. Let's see what we make out of this, shall we? £64,678. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. Plus, we have swapped trains with a cargo, which I've never done before. So we've used both train lines, both trains, swapped a cargo. All a bit different. Now, getting all those harvests done and doing this, I think, time-wise, we're probably at the end of this episode. It is 9 o'clock, it is getting dark, and I need to go to bed. On the game, not in real life, but I probably actually do be going to bed anyway. But that is the end of this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, be my guest. And if you'd like to share the video, please feel free to share it with whoever you would like to. I am on Facebook and screenshots appear on there regularly, as do the links to all my YouTube clips and whatever you should choose to do from Central Transport Hub and me. Thanks for watching.